Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. We're going to dive straight in and see what's going on for you guys for the week ahead. All right, let's dive into it for you guys. Do you guys need some energy? I don't know why I felt like I needed to put a little bit of an oomph into that, like for no reason. All right, let's see what's going on for you guys. Let's get out a quick keyword and affirmation to set the foundation of this reading. For Aquarius, please. Oh, you might not like that. So we have forgiveness coming through. I only say that because some people get at me in the comments. I will never forgive what they did. Okay, guys, if it doesn't resonate, then that's fine. But this is what Spirit is telling you. And of course, Spirit resonates in the energy of love, understanding. So that can sometimes be really difficult to get to if we're still in feelings of like anger and resentment. So it's okay. But the affirmation for this is, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So that just is another way of saying that by holding on to this resentment, it's only hurting yourself, right? It's like drinking the poison, hoping that the other person feels the effect, but it's not that, it doesn't happen that way, right? So forgiveness is really mostly for you. And I know you might be sick of hearing it, but that is just what it is, guys. All right, because it is. And diving deep into these feelings that you have is an easy way. No, it's a good way of doing it, because I know I've been there in my life where I've felt a lot of resentment for a lot of things. However, and it takes time, by the way, to get over some things. But this week you're really being called to find some forgiveness in some way, even if it's for yourself, for allowing something to happen or going through something without seeing the signs. Whatever you're blaming yourself for or blaming someone else for, it's a really good time to zone in and figure out, how can I move past this in whatever way? And by the way, it might not ever get rid of the hurt that can come from someone doing something to you or to your life in general. That might not ever really be mended. But what can be mended is how it affects your life moving forward and affects you moving forward. That can be mended by yourself, right? Can't reverse anything, can't get rid of the memory of something. It might always be there, but it's the feelings moving forward that's in your control and is calling your power back to deal with. Okay, but anyway, long rant there. I hope it made sense to somebody if you need to hear it, because I get it, guys. I really get it. I've taken years to forgive something, and it really took me to really dive deep into what I'm feeling. Why does this still affect me and my life in general, to really understand how I could let it go and not let it rule me, right? So let's see, 2 cards out for Aquarius, higher power. So again, as I said, Spirit resonates from a very high frequency. So an energy of love. So I want you to tap into that. And then you have deep knowing here. So higher power, deep knowing. Spirit is saying, we've been telling you, this is saying you're extremely connected at this time. So maybe you guys are feeling more psychic, you're seeing more supernatural things, maybe some shadows going on around you, you're seeing a lot of synchronicities, right? Spirit is speaking to you. And the deep knowing here is all about, there is something that you know that you need to do, and it's just about taking action on it. Because I always say this is like Mars to me, because it's red. I don't know if it is or not, but it makes a lot of sense. You have a deep knowing already, right? That moon is behind you. You already know. You've been there. You've got that intuition. But it's a time to put it into action, all right? There's such thing as a knowing, but knowing is not enough. We need to take action on that knowing. Let's move forward. Let's see what else is coming through for you, apart from an extremely psychic and spiritual week. Let's tap into it. Let's see. Okay, what else for Aquarius? One more. Thank you. Parrot Spirit says, watch your words. All right. And then you also have Nightingale saying, love is all around. Rereading that affirmation here, saying that resentment blocks the flow of love. Love is all around. Okay, so it's just a little reminder here for you that there are so many loving people around in the world. So it's just about finding the right people around you. You have a lot of birds. You got an owl here, nightingale, and a parrot. So the parrot is there's a few things I'll say about this. Parrots kind of repeat things, so make sure that you are not saying things that you don't want repeated to other people, right? No gossip, because this is a little bit of a warning here that it could be repeated, but it can also be very spiritually based, right? What you're speaking to the universe can manifest in different ways, especially if you say it enough times. So with that being said, focus on how you're speaking to yourself. All right, and focus on and pay attention to what you're speaking out loud. If you're speaking restrictions on yourself, like I will never move past this, well, You're definitely not by saying that, right? And I get it. I don't want to come across as not being understanding, because I'm a human being too. I'm not just behind this camera and on your screen. I live life. I live life too. So I get it. Right, let's see. All right, for Aquarians, one card out, please. Love. Well, here we go. We have so much of this love energy coming in. You deserve love. Put love into the situation, and unconditional love. We've been speaking about, I wonder what this is. All right. The energy and the frequency of love has been coming up a lot in your reading, and I wonder if that's the energy you're wanting to tap into. So here's just a little bit of advice here for you. All right, let's dive into your tarot then. Let's dive a little bit deeper into what's going on in your material world, in your world in general. What's the overall energy of this week, please, for Aquarians out there? One card out, please. The Six of Wands. This is gaining success and victory over some sort of battle. Now, in terms of the material world, so in terms of the physical, like your jobs and career, this is a really good card of getting a promotion, getting recognition, being seen, being hired for your talents, your skills, and your abilities. So that is something that's coming through for you. But in general, it's a card of victory. And same thing, maybe you are gaining more attention, more attraction. In terms of love, this can also be gaining more suitors who look up to you in some way or find you beautiful. About gaining some attention, being up on that high horse here is an important theme. But in general, it's a successful week for you guys, which we'll clarify and dive a little bit deeper. But you're being crowned here. All right, let's see. What is the energy of Aquarians, please? How are they showing up this week? How are they showing up this week? The King of Wands being on top of that deep knowing. Remember how I said you already know what you need to do? It's time to take action. Well, the King of Wands is about taking action on his ideas. So again, some of you, it's about making important choices. And I'm going to say that because the Lovers is on the bottom of the deck here. King of Wands. Maybe you're getting an intuitively led idea, inspiration, a passion that they're calling for you to follow and to be courageous in following that. Maybe it's about being a leader, being seen, because the Kings and Queens of Wands are about being in the spotlight. For me, that's how I see it as. So maybe this is about running a group of people. I don't know what that means, but or leading a group of people in some way, even if it's your family. I don't know what it is, but it's about being a leader, okay? And using your inspiration to guide others and even yourself if you're not there yet. So let's clarify these before we dive a little bit, go a little bit further. Six of Wands. Why is this the overall energy of this week for Aquarius? Strength. So you're being rewarded for your strength and your courage. Again, as I said, this is about winning a battle, right? So I've been gone through some crap and you're coming out the other side of it successfully. I wonder if this is spirit rewarding you, whether you're seeing rewards, and that could be the same thing. Spirit is rewarding you. Maybe because you have been able to forgive something or move past it or whatever it is to overcome this. Because again, your courage is being rewarded here. Your strength is being rewarded. You got a lot of fiery energy in your reading, which is interesting. All right, why is the King of Wands in the energy of Aquarius then? Why is this here? Let me dive deeper into that. Well, it is what I just said, right? Is that deep knowing of your intuition. The King of Wands is the action behind it. So again, taking action on what you're feeling guided to do is just so important for you guys this week. I'm just going to repeat myself because the cards are repeating themselves here. This is about your intuition. You're extremely connected this week. Okay, whether you believe it or not, all right, you could be, having a few internal blockages and fears. Like, what if it's not that? You might be doubting yourself, but this is really saying you already know what to take action on, where you're being guided to go. It's time to put it into practice. It's time to follow that idea, see where it leads you. All right, because you are being guided. Interesting. All right, let's dive into what your challenges might be then for Aquarius this week. What is a challenge that they may face during this time? The Knight of Wands. So, okay, you got the idea. It's time to put it into practice. The Knight of Wands is about travel. It's about enthusiasm, focusing on the positive side of life. It's about growth and learning and all that good stuff. The Knight of Wands has so much ambition and just so much curiosity out of life. He's the forever student, if you will. always wanting to grow, expand, and go see the next thing. So that's your challenge. And I wonder if that can be for some of you that maybe you are engaging a lot in. I just don't feel that, so I'm not going to say it. But then the Knight of Wands, maybe it's just about taking action and being more youthful in your approach, like kind of having this like, oh, it's okay, like I'm just going to go here and see how it goes. I don't know. It's like being a bit more spontaneous. I'm going to clarify that for you guys so I can dive a bit deeper into it. Your challenge. Why is the Knight of Wands the challenge, please? Can I dive a bit deeper into that? Judgment, surrendering and letting go. Being a bit more of a free spirit is your challenge here. And it could, again, be because of some things you're holding on to. That could be fears, right? That could just be fearing where you're going. But again, you are going to be rewarded for your strength and your courage. I'm going to get one more for this. Why is this? What is needed to be surrendered here? What is holding Aquarius back right now that needs to be let go of? Two of Cups. That's a card of soulmates. Okay, people. So I wonder if this is to do with just people in your life in general. Maybe love is what's, not love holding you back, but needing to find love in situations could be what is holding you back in a sense. Like to surrender is to let go and to love. What I mean by that, but it makes, it's what I'm saying, because it says resentment blocks the flow of love, right? And that's your challenge. I wonder if it's having a conversation here, or those Two of Cups can represent that, or connecting to your higher self, as we were saying. I'll show you the angels on top of both of these. Interesting. Right. Well, this doesn't feel much of a bad challenge, which is nice to see. The Knight of Wands, again, is really just taking action and being a go-getter and going after it. Traveling or going on an adventure at least. Right. What is the advice that you have then, please, for Aquarius? What is the advice for Aquarius? Okay, any more? Thank you. Okay, we got a few more. Right. Chariot. Yeah, being a go-getter. Your advice is to go after it. Stop overthinking and worrying about the past, as I was saying. It's just the same message, so I will keep it a bit brief and I will clarify it to dive a bit deeper if we can, but it is the same thing, right? The Nine of Swords being about kind of reflecting on pains and the what ifs, and then the Six of Cups, this does feel like dark memories, you know, and difficult memories, because this is what this is about. It's nostalgia, it's the past. The Chariot is like, don't allow that to hold you back, right? And I feel like that's where surrender is surrender maybe that person, that connection. That could be why the Two of Cups is that, so you can be a free spirit. Depends on how it is for you, if it's a person that's holding you back or a past relationship. The Chariot is about balancing yourself enough and then to be determined moving forward, right? To go after your dreams and your goals and to not hold yourself back. So that makes sense with that letting go as well. Being a part of your challenge. To let it go. And maybe you know you need to let it go, but again, that's the action that needs to happen. Okay, my angels, let's just quickly clarify that with this other deck, and let's see what other messages Spirit has for you in terms of advice. And if it is going towards new relationships, remember there is unconditional love out there. So maybe it's about, again, not allowing that past to hold you back from new equal connections. All right, the Chariot, please. The Nine of Swords. So again, it's just going to repeat itself here. So this is about fears, worries, doubts, right? And this feels like it's holding the Chariot back. Nine of Swords. The Hierophant. So there are some fears around commitment or marriage, or again relationships, or even again commitments would be something that might be a bit of a challenge for you right now. Maybe your belief is being challenged right now. And what's the Six of Cups here in the advice position? The Two of Wands. So yeah, instead of focusing on the past, it's time to focus on the future. The Two of Wands, to expand, to live a life beyond what you've lived before. So let me just get one little card out for advice. Then whilst we're here, one more bit of advice that you have, please, for Aquarius this week. just to finish out. Okay, right. Sorry, I just made that noise because I just was interrupted by something. But the Two of Pentacles. So your advice is to, again, be balanced here with your approach. Take each day as it comes. This is a card of being quite busy and working on some things. And maybe that's the advice that they want you to do right now, is to start building, to keep yourself busy. But again, in terms of balancing something, I always see this card as like weighing things up a bit as well. So maybe that's something they're wanting you to do. But it is a good card about building on what you've got going on right now, even if it's work on yourself or work on a project like we've seen that they really want you to start doing, is to get busy with it, right? Could be the case here as well. Really random. I don't know if any of you saw my post where and this is just going to be probably just for one person out there, but I've been trying to build on my mediumship skills, and I felt an energy come through, and I heard the word dad. So maybe if someone's dad is in spirit, then they're also coming through here as well, just to reaffirm what's being said here. And that's all I got. I'm still practicing, but it just came in mid sentence there. So there we go. Anyways, that is your reading, my gorgeous angels. I wish you guys all the best, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right.